Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm Shekhar Gupta in Bangalore and my guest today plays, if I may call it, his third innings on Walk the Talk. Anil Kumble, for the first time in a sadder situation when we had just lost the World Cup, second time when we were at our peak, India, and third time now when you're not exactly a player, but you are a spin guru.
No, I think it's nice to be back on Walk the Talk, Shekhar. Yeah, like you mentioned, the first couple of times, one was on a high and the other one was after a low. And now a lot more avatars after that, post-retirement. But I guess, cricket is always a passion and always involved in cricket.
And you are a cricket leader, whether as CEO of Mumbai Indians or as the self-appointed teacher of India's spin bowlers now.
No, I think, I started a company called Tenwick, which is into grassroots sports, development of sports in a structured way in schools. And cricket was one of that. And, with that, we wanted to showcase, find out talent. So what we did recently was to open out a spin talent hunt across Karnataka. I'm starting it only here in Karnataka to start with, and then hopefully next year it could be at a national level. So we are looking at young talented spinners coming through this, and hopefully we'll be able to find some nice talent.
But find them in time to be sent to England and Australia, where our opposition spinners have done better than ours.
Yeah, I mean, in the recent past, yes. The opposition spinners have certainly outshone the Indian spinners
and
outside.
Sometimes non-spinners, Moeen Ali.
Yeah, I think it's something where probably our batsmen need to take the onus because generally you tend to take spinners for granted in the nets, when you're batting against the spinners in the nets, and you don't tend to defend. You're not used to defending a spinner. And in a test match, if you have to save or if you have to perform over a longer period of time, then your defense needs to be good. Attacking comes naturally to young cricketers now. So defense is extremely important. And that's something which probably is missed out in the last couple of matches that you mentioned.
Is there an ego issue? Are Indian batsmen not willing to be seen defending to a spinner?
Not an ego issue, but then I think the attacking instinct comes first and then the defense. So it's all about, practicing that. And then I think even in domestic cricket, there's hardly any spinner who's now literally, controlling the matches. So it's generally the faster bowlers because the wickets are a lot greener. Greener, and then the spinner, is less effective.
I mean, we are training our batsmen to win matches in New Zealand.
No, I think, at the end of it, if you want to win a test match, the batting will score runs. Irrespective of who's there. I mean, I think we have a good batting unit. They will score runs. I think what is required.
And the new one is coming of age now.
Oh yes,
even in tests. Yes.
No, even the younger lot. If you look at the next line of batters, whether it is Rahul who's currently playing, KL Rahul who's currently playing
from your state.
Yes, and even the next rung, I think there is enough batting talent. But I think what is important to win test matches, which recently now we are realizing, is you need 20 wickets, and that will only come with bowlers, and that's where I think we need to start looking at how you can get 20 wickets.
So, two questions. Number one, why does it look like opposition spinners do better against Indian batsmen than the other way around? Because it busts two myths, that Indian batsmen are very good at playing spin, and second, that foreign batsmen are not so good at playing our spinners who are so much better. And did this change with England's tour of India, when we could not play Panesar and Swan very well?
No, not. I think Panesar and Swan, especially Swan, probably is in a different league. I mean, we can't compare a Swan to a Moeen Ali when India toured England. I was really surprised Moeen Ali getting all those wickets in England as an off-spinner. And I mean, all he did was bowl outside the off-stump. And then one ball spun a little bit, the other one went straight. And those are the lines that you need to bowl on day one if you're an off-spinner. And that's something which we don't do because we are so used to ball spinning. In India, you tend to bowl on off-stump, middle and off-stump. Yeah, I mean,
hoping to get a bad pad.
Yeah, I feel generally that, our defense against spin, I don't think it's an ego issue. It's just a matter of taking time because all these younger players are now growing up with a shorter format. you tend to think that if you play a few balls, you need a boundary. And when that doesn't happen, then you tend to make mistakes. And that's exactly what is happening.
The money and the fame are in the shorter format now.
No, I don't think it's the money and the fame, but I think people are growing up playing with the shorter format. I mean, we grew up bowling 30 overs. Now kids are growing up bowling 4 overs or 10 overs at max. So the more you bowl as a bowler, the more you learn about your own bowling and the more consistent you will be. So that's the challenge.
So that's where you diagnose the Indian batsman's problem against spin. What's the Indian spinner's problem? One, why are the current ones not so effective? And second, why are we not producing more talent?
No, I think it's...
I don't think for decades we had the best spinners.
No, we've always had good spinners. I still believe that we have good spinners in the team. It's just a matter of giving them opportunities. It's a matter of showing confidence, especially when we travel outside of India. Because in India, you tend to play 2 spinners, irrespective of the conditions.
Right.
You blindly go with 2 spinners. Why can't we do that outside? Because if your 2 spinners have won your test matches here against the same opposition, against the same batsman, I mean, you can do that even outside of India. It's not that the conditions are so demanding that your fast bowlers are picking 5 wickets and winning you matches. If that is happening, then I can understand. When that is not happening, then you need to play your 2 best spinners. And I still feel, in this current team where Karan Sharma is with Ashwin, if possibly Ashwin had played in Adelaide, things would have been different.
Do you see spin coming back or do you see spin dying now with the shorter format, T20?
No, I don't see
ODIs.
this. No, I don't see spin dying. If you look at even the shorter format, the most successful bowlers in the shorter format, especially in the T20, which is the in thing now with all the crowd and the cricketers and entertainment, when you talk of all of that, it's the young leg spinners who have shown in the IPL of last year. It was all the leg spinners who did well. All the spinners have been the best bowlers in the shorter format. So I believe that spin has a role in every format. And at the test level, I believe that you need to see more spinners.
And in spin, what's going to be the trend? You had the Dusra, which has sort of come and gone because almost anybody who bowled the Dusra has been under a cloud. You had a couple of other things. You had carom ball. But again, Ajanta Mendes is in and out. So where do you see spin going?
I think it will still go back to...
This is the city of Prasanna.
No, it will go back to the classical mold. I mean, if you look at all the off spinners today who have been successful, whether it's the Nathan Lyons or even Graham Swan, all of them have been classical off spinners. Ashwin gets more wickets with his off spin rather than the other things that he does. So it will go back. And if you look at all the left-hand spinners, it's very similar. So I believe that it will go back to that old ways of getting people out. And leg spinners will have a huge role because as a leg spinner, you can take the ball either way with not changing the action much.
And you can turn on good pitches also.
Yes, so I believe that spinners certainly will have a major role, and I would like to see more spinners in every team. And
And you think old-fashioned spin will come back, like retro is back everywhere?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were chatting off the record that yes, retro is coming back in fashion. So I don't see why retro should
not quite.
Not quite here. But yes, I think retro is back, especially in the T20 format. It's become, especially for a spinner, the slower you bowl, the better you are. So that's coming back.
In fact, the old coach's logic that if it comes from higher than eye level, that batsman has to make adjustments.
Yeah, you need to have different trajectories when you're bowling. So in a shorter format, you need to do that more often because the batsman is always coming at you, and you only have 24 balls to showcase your skill. So you'll have to tend to change the trajectory a lot more in the shorter format.
One thing that's now disappearing is long spells of maiden overs.
No, that has certainly disappeared. I think that's what I was referring to when you want to put pressure on the batsman. Since batsmen are now so focused on scoring runs.
Right.
And you look at any test match across the world. Average run rate is about 4.
Absolutely.
So what's the best way of then getting a wicket? Holding them for less than 4 runs.
Right.
And if 2 bowlers
less than 4 runs per over.
In a test match. So if 2 bowlers can consistently bowl 3 maiden overs. I mean, this is what we used to discuss in dressing room, saying let's get C3, you know, cumulative 3 maiden overs.
I see.
So if you can do that,
that's a nice one.
so if you put those you look at the way people get out. It's always not the ball that you're getting out, but it's the lead up to that particular ball.
Right.
So if you can put these C3, you know, maiden 3 overs.
I mean, we saw that happen with Chiteshwar Pujara, in fact, at Melbourne.
Yeah. So if you look at that, that's what is missing now currently with the lineup, with the bowling lineup, that we are not being able to put these overs consistently so that it builds pressure, because batsmen are so used to scoring runs. You stop them from scoring runs, automatically they'll get out. They'll play a shot which is not expected, and then you get out.